Hi there, science fans. Welcome to the lab. Today we're diving into the world of research, but not the boring kind. Oh no, we're talking about the craziest, most unbelievable studies that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about science. Get ready to have your mind blown, because we're about to uncover some truly wild experiments. You won't believe some of the bizarre, funny, and shocking experiments that have actually taken place. From mind-bending psychological studies to downright strange historical events, we've got it all covered. So buckle up, get your safety goggles on, and get ready for a wild ride through the world of research gone rogue. Let's get started. Now, have you ever wondered how good people can do bad things? Well, in 1971, a psychologist named Philip Zimbardo wanted to find out. He created a mock prison in the basement of Stanford University. They recruited a bunch of college students, perfectly ordinary guys, and randomly assigned them to be either guards or prisoners. The guards were given uniforms, sunglasses to hide their eyes, and told to maintain order. The prisoners were arrested at their homes, fingerprinted and stripped of their identities. Within days, the experiment took a dark turn. The guards, empowered by their roles, became increasingly authoritarian and abusive. They forced the prisoners to do humiliating tasks, deprived them of sleep, and even put some in solitary confinement. The prisoners, stripped of their individuality, became passive and depressed. Some even experienced emotional breakdowns. The experiment, planned to last 2 weeks, was shut down after just 6 days. The Stanford prison experiment showed us how easily people can conform to roles, especially those with power imbalances. It's a chilling reminder of the dark side of human nature and the dangers of unchecked authority. It's a good thing it was just an experiment, right? But it makes you think, doesn't it? Okay, folks, let's talk about another experiment that'll leave you scratching your head. This one's called the Milgram Obedience Experiment, conducted by Stanley Milgram in the 1960s. The experiment involved 3 people: the experimenter, the teacher, and the learner. The teacher, who was the actual participant, was told they were testing the learner's memory. The learner was strapped to a chair with electrodes, and the teacher had a shock generator in front of them. Every time the learner got an answer wrong, the teacher was instructed to deliver an electric shock, increasing the voltage with each mistake. Now here's the catch. The learner was an actor and the shocks were fake. The real question was, how far would the teacher go when ordered to inflict pain on another person? The results were shocking, literally. Over 65% of participants delivered the highest voltage shock, even when the learner was screaming in agony. This experiment revealed the powerful influence of authority figures on our behavior. It showed that ordinary people are capable of inflicting harm on others when they believe it's for a greater good, or when they're following orders. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? This next one is a real headshaker, and it's not for the faint of heart. It's called the Monster Study, and it took place in 1939. Wendell Johnson, a speech pathologist, wanted to study the effects of positive and negative reinforcement on speech development. So he recruited 22 orphans, some with stutters and some without. He divided them into 2 groups. One group received positive speech therapy with praise and encouragement. The other group sadly received negative therapy with constant criticism and belittling of their speech. Can you believe that? These poor kids, the results were devastating. The children who received negative therapy suffered long-term psychological effects, including speech problems, anxiety, and low self-esteem. The study was so controversial and unethical that it was hidden for decades. The Monster Study is a stark reminder of the importance of ethical considerations in research and the lasting impact our words and actions can have on others. It's a story that highlights the responsibility we have as scientists and as human beings to treat each other with kindness and respect. Now let's switch gears to something a little less intense, but just as fascinating. This one involves dogs, bells, and a whole lot of drool. You've probably heard of Pavlov's dog, right? Ivan Pavlov, a Russian physiologist, was studying digestion in dogs when he stumbled upon a groundbreaking discovery. He noticed that the dogs would salivate not just when they saw food, but also when they heard the footsteps of the person bringing the food. Intrigued, Pavlov designed an experiment. He paired the sound of a bell with the presentation of food. Every time the dogs were about to be fed, he rang the bell. After a while, the dogs began to associate the sound of the bell with food, and they would salivate at the sound of the bell alone, even without the food present. This, my friends, is called classical conditioning. It's a type of learning where an organism learns to associate a neutral stimulus with a meaningful stimulus, resulting in a conditioned response. Pavlov's experiment revolutionized our understanding of learning and behavior. It showed that even complex behaviors can be learned through association. So the next time your dog gets excited when they hear the treat jar, you can thank Pavlov for that. Hold on to your dancing shoes, because this last one is a real doozy. It's called the Dancing Plague of 1518, and it's as bizarre as it sounds. Imagine this. It's a hot summer day in Strasbourg, France. Suddenly a woman named Frau Trofea starts dancing uncontrollably in the street. She dances for days on end, and soon others join in. Within weeks, hundreds of people are dancing in the streets, unable to stop. They dance until their bodies are exhausted, their feet are bleeding, and some even collapse from exhaustion or heart attacks. Doctors are baffled. They can't explain what's causing this mass dancing mania. Some speculate it was caused by stress, heat stroke, or even a contagious form of epilepsy. Others believe it was a form of mass psychogenic illness, where a group of people exhibit similar symptoms with no apparent physical cause. Whatever the cause, the Dancing Plague of 1518 remains one of the strangest and most unexplained events in history. It's a reminder that sometimes truth can be stranger than fiction, and the human body is capable of some pretty wild things. Well, there you have it, science fans. We've journeyed through some of the most bizarre, shocking, and downright unbelievable research studies ever conducted. From the ethical dilemmas of the Stanford Prison Experiment to the mind-boggling mystery of the Dancing Plague, we've seen how strange and unpredictable the world of research can be. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride through some of the craziest research studies ever conducted. If you enjoyed this mind-blowing adventure, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for more fascinating content. Until next time, stay curious.